Hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about GitHub. GitHub has done a tremendous amount to give open source more visibility, right? You can visit any organization's GitHub account and know what open source software they've released. Well, at least most of it. I mean, I agree that not all software is on GitHub, but a lot of it is. And a lot of it that isn't is also mirrored on GitHub. So mostly it gives you a really good idea of what the company's up to in terms of open source. And it's the same for developers. You can just visit any developer's profile and you'll know right away what open source software they've released. But is that really so? Like, aren't we missing part of the picture? And in fact, we really are, because we're only looking at software that organizations or individuals have released, not at the software an organization's employee is contributing to or the software as an individual you're contributing to. To give you a really good anecdote on that topic, there was a long time ago some kind of like index that was used by recruiting people to see if a developer was a good developer, and it was just like tapping into GitHub's API. And it was kind of poorly done, but the only thing it would actually be able to do is tell you how famous the projects that were on a developer's page were, like how many stars they had. That's the index that we're using. So at that time, Ryan Dahl, who was the inventor of Node.js, who was hosted on Joyent's organization, actually had a much worse profile for that software than mine. I mean, sure, this is an anecdote, right? It's just funny, and it shows how much we value the software that we release and how little credit we actually give to the contributions we make to other people's software at the individual level and at the organization level. And I think that's a really big problem, because it creates a sense of not invented here syndrome, right? Where why would you contribute to something that's not yours if you're not going to get any credit out of it? I mean, of course, getting social credit out of contributing to GitHub is not the only reason you do it, but it matters, it counts. And that's even more true at the organizational level. Think about it. We know that Facebook, for example, is very active in open source because of React and other projects of that sort. And on the other hand, we all say that AWS is terrible at open source because they don't really release any software. Yet they claim, and probably rightfully so, that they've been contributing a lot to other organizations and other companies' projects. What should we do about this? Right? Are we having a completely biased picture of what what kind of activity there actually is in open source? And because of that bias, are we sort of unconsciously favoring competition over collaboration on existing projects? I'd love to have your thoughts about this. So just like feel free to hit in the comment below and tell me what you think, and maybe what we can do as an industry and as a community to fix that problem. Until next time, bye-bye.